He knows it. She was in a documentary about vampires and werewolves.
No, I was saying, you know about the documentaries about vampires. Well, they have a whole different thing on werewolves. Her name's Donnie.
Oh, let her rip, King.
So how did he get this number?
He knows her. Apparently, she's texting him.
She lives in my city.
What did she say?
She's actually a friend of my ex-girlfriend.
Is your ex-girlfriend a werewolf?
Is there kind of a lot of freaky, dicky shit that goes on in her bedroom?
I haven't been in her bedroom.
What did she say when she texted you?
Oh, she just said, laugh out loud, you're fucked up. And then I said, don't worry, there's another call coming in. I said, I can hear it, you're on a radio station, so answer and be serious. And she goes, I will do.
On a radio station?
A radio station right now, right? You gotta be like DJ Brock or some shit.
This is basically a radio station, but with
DJ Brock.
Listeners.
I don't know. I just told her that you guys were live on the air and she needed to be serious and be.
Make up like a fake supernatural radio station program.
Do a good DJ voice, King. Be like, hey, this is DJ
Call her
Brock.
back so soon because she's saying she's gotta go to bed. She has a job interview tomorrow.
Well,
Come on.
screw that.
So this is good razzing for a job interview, right? Down
Okay.
Cali too.
Alright. Everyone silent. Echo mics are missing out.
I'm terrified.
Is it good to go?
Alright, we're silent.
Hello. This werewolf woman?
Yes, if you want to put it that way.
So, how's it going?
I understand you have some questions for me.
Yeah, I was just wondering, day-to-day life, like, you know, how does this go down?
Honestly, no different than anybody else. I mean, yeah, there's odd things that happen. I mean, I guess the first thing I want to say about this is, you know, you have to take what you see in the movies and read in the books and throw it out the window because it's not like that at all.
She doesn't have a shaver back?
Not, you know, turning into a wolf at the full moon.
Uh-huh.
It's not like that at all.
Do a doggy
You know,
style.
I guess the best way I can describe it is it can be more of a spiritual experience, more of a, I mean, you experience heightened senses. It's not, you know, I've always had a fondness for animals. So I mean, to me, that's never been really a part of, you know, any different to me. I can't say I feel like a stronger connection to any particular type of animal, no.
Not as far as, like, more of an understanding between the two?
When you put it that way, okay. No, yeah, a bit of an understanding. I mean, when things go awry, and as I was explaining to the gentleman who called before, it's what some refer to as what's called M shifting or mental shifting.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and basically, you know, there's usually triggers, you know, it's usually an emotional trigger, like for me, if I'm angry, it can trigger it off. The way I've always referred to it, the way I explain it, to put it into some semblance of a frame of reference, not so much that you're any different, it's more of a go back to base or instinct.
Ask her if she marks territory.
You know?
Uh-huh.
When it happens for me, my sense of smell is heightened. My hearing is heightened. know.
How would you say being a werewolf helps or hinders you in the workforce?
And workforce?
Do you rip
Yeah,
your
yeah.
boss apart?
That's a really good question. I honestly don't think it hinders me at all. I find that it tends to actually kind of help me in some ways because really I've primarily been in the customer service line of work. So I have a stronger sense of empathy. And, in my frame of reference compared to some individuals that I have had acquaintance with. So I'm able to kind of work with that a bit more, be a bit more compassionate than some maybe, I guess. But on the whole, I don't think it hinders me at all. I mean, it's not like I think, like, all of a sudden I snap and go into this rage and it causes me to lose my job. It's nothing like that. It's not like the full moon sets me off and I have to seclude myself or I'm going to hurt somebody. It's not like that at
Ask
all.
her how she deals with it sexually.
Now into
How do your
kind of a little
werewolf
bit more of a
hormones
personal
affect-
area, how would you say relationships? I guess I don't know if you're in one right now or not, but how does being a werewolf, involve in a relationship? Or is
Well,
positive or negative ways?
Question. Wow. For me personally, I find it a bit harder. And I say that because, when you're in a relationship, that's that person, implicitly. And it's part of who I am, so if I'm in a relationship, I feel that my partner should know this about me. And it's not exactly a subject that you should talk around the dinner table about, if you catch my drift.
Uh-huh.
No.
Not exactly
So,
Ask
first
her
date
if
kind of
she's
stuff.
for Jacob or Edward.
Not exactly first date kind of material.
Exactly. So,
Kate,
to
what
me,
you bringing
that
up on?
it does make that a little bit more difficult because it's,
Has she accidentally ever injured anyone?
If I don't say something, I feel like I'm hiding or that I'm holding back. But at the same time, that it is not something that exactly, common. It's not something that's exactly thrown out there and talked about all the time. It's not, it's in the society as far as the way it is today. I mean, those kind
Make
of
sure. Ask her if she's eating any, but
Have you ever been in a relationship with another werewolf?
With another werewolf? No.
No? Just hard to find a good werewolf partner, or is it just not your preference?
Putting you a little bit on the spot there, sorry. I wouldn't say it's not a matter of being hard to find. I will say that due to my personal life experiences, I'm extremely picky. So, relationships in general are a very difficult thing for me.
If, let's say, myself,
Ask her about
I'm just a
biting.
normal human, I think anyway, there could be some sort of potential in me that I'm not aware of, but let's say I'm interested in a werewolf female, how would I go about finding one and maintaining that relationship?
Soak yourself with blood.
Well, I mean, as far as maintaining the relationship, you just don't. Honestly. I mean, you don't treat him any differently than anybody else,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of that. Integrity is important, one thing, I'm type of person, and I know that this is just one of the traits that comes from my upbringing and partly from who I am as a wearer. You know, loyalty is huge. You know, so to me, straightforward and honest about things is the way to go. So to me, it's a matter of, you know, more so the person.
Uh-huh. Who
Don't
do you...
worry about, you know, what productivity they're in. No, you should be the person.
Uh-huh.
What their likes and dislikes, and then go from there. And then work on building a healthy relationship just like you would with anybody else.
She smelled them better, like they have to wear more deodorant or something.
Who do you think, like, famous, you know, people in history who could have potentially had this condition?
I'm gonna. Are you asking if I think there's anybody in history that could have had it?
Yeah, like, you know, any
I'm just
important,
clarifying.
you know, any important people throughout history that you think potentially could have been, you know, aware?
Prince is weird.
Honestly, I don't have a clue. I never really thought about it. I mean, so I can't say I can like pinpoint any one particular person. Is it possible? Yeah. I think it's highly possible. I mean,
I'm gonna say Abe Lincoln. I don't know why.
Vampire Hunter.
you know, for some reason, and it's only because back in school when I had to read his speech and the whole "give me liberty or give me death," Patrick Henry.
Uh-huh.
And to, you know, can't say for sure, obviously, because I wasn't there during that time.
She's
But,
educated.
I mean, that's the kind of thing that would come across to me as something as that loyalty is a huge factor.
How long do werewolves live?
And that sense of right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the thing. Is you know, there's a strong sense of right and wrong, and that comes more from our basic instincts. So we're ingrained with that. When we revert to that, it's so much more black and white and so fewer shades of gray. But to me, that's always stood out. Now, if I were to take a stab in the dark, that would be my one guess. But no clue. And honestly, I really hadn't thought about it as far as, you know, historical figures.
If, let's say, you know, the next, you know, presidential election, we had an open candidate that's, you know, aware, how do you think the public would handle that if we had a presidential candidate that's aware? Do you think people would handle that well, or would there need to be kind of a slower awakening of the population that could handle a president being aware?
A very good question, and from my perspective, honestly, it depends on how open they are about it. I mean...
Would you vote for aware, being that you're aware, or would you just have to see their political opinions on it still, on different issues?
I would still go based on political opinion and what their platform is, not necessarily because of the fact
We can
that
barely
they're
deal with
aware.
a woman, you know, having her period, and we're gonna vote for aware?
It would be more for
Every full moon?
on what platform that
Ask her
goes
if there's
off
any
of
evidence of
and
Mitt Romney
their
being a
viewing
werewolf.
issues.
Yeah, there we go.
But
That's that.
as far as, you know, and I think this would hold true for any one of the communities, whether it be the wear community, the vamp community, achieving a political office like the presidency, if they're open about it. As far as the way the public is now, I personally, and this is my own personal humble opinion on it,
Illuminati
still
got the wears
think
down.
we
You never
have
do.
room to grow there as far as the overall size. I think if we got someone in the office that openly declared they were aware, I think we're going to go, the general public's going to go, I think you're dead.
Yeah, but I mean, we had, 8 years of Bush.
Ask her if Mitt Romney's a
yeah,
werewolf,
but
because he might have been.
I mean,
He was born in Mexico or
a
something.
little bit different. A little bit different. I mean, not saying that it couldn't happen, not saying that the public wouldn't be accepting, not saying that the general public wouldn't overall be accepting. I just think it would create a little bit of a dilemma.
Uh-huh.
Right, as far as in our times right now.
Ask her about furries, if she's a furry or if she knows about furries.
Yeah, that's that.
Like
Mitt
you were
Romney.
saying earlier, it's not something
Ask her if
that,
Mitt Romney's a furry.
discussed over the dinner table
Yeah.
Ask her if she did Mitt Romney
at
as a furry.
John Q. Public's house, So, that being said, that's what I'm saying.
Letting her control the conversation, man.
Struggle.
I think, one last question, kind of just on a lighter note. What do you think of the whole furry phenomenon as far as that goes? What's an
She
aware's
associates with
opinion
it.
on that?
Wow.
Down with that?
For me, I'm kind of of two minds. I think, in part, it's kind of neat. But on the other hand, just like with anything else, I think there are people who take it a little too far. But on the whole, I don't think they mean any harm by it.
Does she dress up in a costume? But what?
tend to find it,
Have you
I
ever
tend to think,
partaken in any
like
furry
everybody
activities?
does.
Have you ever partaken in any furry activities, or is that something that aware just wouldn't necessarily do?
I personally have not.
She doesn't shove your back.
I think, again, that's something that's up to the real person. I do know some people who have gone and have been just fine with it, and they enjoy it, and they have fun. And then for me, I've never gone. I've never participated.
Okay.
Would she like to?
I think this is kind of a topic I think we need to come back to at some later point in time if we could keep in contact with you.
But that's fine with me.
I think we'll get something going and potentially get you on here sometime, because this is something I would like to investigate a little bit more and a hands-on approach with it. So that'd be fine with you?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Happy to help if I can.
Yep. Thanks.
No problem.